Well. It's that time once again for the segment that only one person asked for, but no one really wants. It is your 10-minute sports report for Wednesday, April 26, 2023. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Captain Boring. This is the 10-minute sports report as per usual. That is my dog, Duke, with his friend, Stingray, and he will be making noise in the background, but he's a good boy, so we let him do it anyway. So, without further ado, let's just jump right in. The number 2 seed in the East, Boston Celtics, were pushed to a 6th game by Trae Young and his ice-cold 3 at the buzzer to stave off elimination. The Atlanta Hawks, were 119-117 winners. The Atlanta Hawks are a story of 500. They were 41-41 through the season, and no matter how many games back you win, at least last time I checked, they were 500. They were 500 in their last 2. They were 500 in their last 7. But this was prior to entering the postseason. So they are the voice of mediocrity in NBA basketball. And so I would expect nothing less than a mediocre team to be able to find ways to win and push the 2 seed Boston Celtics to a 6th game. Now, this game is in Atlanta, and fun fact, there was supposed to be a Janet Jackson concert on that day. State Farm Arena, the Atlanta Hawks' home arena, didn't think that the Hawks would probably make it this far because, let's be honest again, no one did, because the Hawks are, you guessed it, mediocre. The Denver Nuggets closed out the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 112-109 win. Nikola Jokic had a triple-double with 28 points, 17 rebounds, and 12 assists. He is by far the most productive basketball player currently playing on the planet. However, with some time away with injury and overall impact on the game and lack of defense will probably keep him from winning the MVP, but the Denver Nuggets move on to the second round. Who the Denver Nuggets will face in the second round is the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns closed out the Los Angeles Clippers with a 136-130 win. Devin Booker led all scores with 47. He is becoming an absolute superstar scorer at the NBA, at the highest NBA level. He almost had a triple-double himself. He had 8 rebounds and 10 assists to go along with 47 points. If you remember, Kawhi Leonard was out for this game. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Kawhi Leonard was diagnosed after the game with a torn meniscus. So you're telling me that they didn't know that he had a torn meniscus? No, you're right. You're not telling me that because they knew that, but they didn't want the fan base to get discouraged the further they went in the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard is an injury-prone cyborg. When he plays, he's great. But when he's not playing, he's hurt all the time. Definitely do not want to take that chance on him anymore. His NBA career could be coming to an end because who wants to pay him top dollar money for very little production? Coming at you tonight, April 26th, so by the time you listen to it, these will already have happened. It is Game 5 between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers will try to stave off elimination, facing a 3-1 deficit in Game 5. The question for the Cavs is, can their star, Donovan Mitchell, get things going on the offensive end? The 2 seed in the West, the Memphis Grizzlies, also try to stave off elimination as they are home against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Dylan Brooks, who was the quote-unquote LeBron agitator, has done anything but agitate LeBron. And in fact, the entire Laker team seems to be hype on this agitation and Dylan Brooks calling LeBron James old. It hasn't worked out well for him at all. So They are down 3-1. They are at home. Can the Memphis Grizzlies stave off elimination against the Lakers? No. The Milwaukee Bucks, the 1 seed in the East and the overall best record in the NBA, are also trying to stave off elimination at home against the Miami Heat. That takes place tonight, 9:30 on NBA TV. Giannis Antetokounmpo leads the way for Milwaukee. Will he, won't he guard Jimmy Butler? Can the Miami Heat get any more offensive production other than Jimmy Butler? We're about to see. My guess is Giannis is going to guard Jimmy the entire time. Both of these guys are going to have 40-plus points. My guess is Milwaukee wins tonight, and we got a series 1v8. The most interesting first-round series, Game 5, is also tonight between the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. Now, for someone who wants to play through pain and play through injury, De'Aaron Fox, who broke his index finger, is going to play tonight in a crucial Game 5. Remember, winners of Game 5 in the NBA go on to win the series 80+% of the time when the series is tied at 2. The Warriors are 11-30 away from City Chase Arena, their home court, and the Sacramento Kings are 23-18. So what gives? The home team currently has won every single game. This is going to be heck of a Game 5. In some other NBA news, I should say, for a non-playoff team, the Houston Rockets have hired former Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka. Again, he was the former Boston Celtics coach. He was dismissed earlier this year for investigations of sexual harassment towards another coworker. Whether or not it was a consensual relationship turned bad, no one really knows yet, and we will find out as time goes on. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit because I spent so much time talking about the NBA. Sorry about that. Some scores from Tuesday the 25th in the race for Lord Stanley Cups. The New York Islanders staved off elimination with a 3-2 win over the Carolina Hurricanes. Matthew Brazel slaps home a goal to give the Islanders a 3-2 victory. The Dallas Stars take a 3-2 lead in their best-of-7 series against the Minnesota Wild with a 4-0 win over the Minnesota Wild in a crucial Game 5. Game 6 will be Thursday. And finally, the Edmonton Oilers were 6-3 winners and used a 2-goal second period to beat the LA Kings 6-3 to take a 3-2 lead in that best-of-7 series as well. More chase for the Lord Stanley Cup action coming at you tonight on 7 o'clock on ESPN. The Boston Bruins try to put away the Carolina Panthers, leading 3-1. And then finally, the defending champions, Colorado Avalanche, will try to take a 3-2 lead against the Seattle Kraken. It is worth noting that they will be without star defenseman Cal Marker for Game 5 as he was suspended for a late hit on a Seattle player earlier. And also, they will be, the Colorado Avalanche will be without their forward, Valeri Nichukin. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that Russian name, but I don't speak Russian, so I don't expect me to know it. You get what you come for, people, okay? You get what you're here for. As he has left the Colorado Avalanche due to personal reasons. So, without 2 star players, Colorado is in a heat with the Seattle Kraken as they try to take a 3-2 lead. In some NFL news, Aaron Rodgers was officially, quote-unquote, sworn in as the New York Jets quarterback today. He was announced. He said that Super Bowl III trophy looks awfully lonely in the building, and he's not a savior of any kind, but he does believe the New York Jets gives him the best opportunity to win a Super Bowl. I'm now 15 seconds over, so very quickly here. The Washington Commanders decline star pass rusher Chase Young's fifth-year option, making him a free agent at the end of this year if no long-term deal is settled upon. The SEC is working through meaningful discussions about storming the field. The SEC is a whole bunch of old white party poopers. They don't like it when fans rush the field. Mainly, Nick Saban doesn't like it when fans rush the field when his team loses away games. And that's going to happen when you're the biggest brand. When you get beat on the road, fans are going to rush the field, and I just don't like this at all. Make sure you tune in to Friday, 6 a.m., the 4th and 1 podcast. Me and your host, Fancy Trash Can, will be talking this through, and I will have a rant about it. And finally, Manchester City were 4-1 winners against Arsenal today, making their road to the Premier League Championship all in their hands. If they win the final 2 games, they are in. It is currently tied at 75 points-wise. So, Manchester City, win, you're in. It's the best kind of place to be because all the pressure is in your hands. I have gone 1 minute and 45 seconds over, so I'm sorry for ruining that much of your life. Come back tomorrow for another edition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. God bless you. Wash your hands, you filthy animals, and peace out.